So I'm happy to announce that we already finished this MCP node in workflow. So this one can be considered as completed. I will show you now. So to using the agent MCP in workflow, what you need to do is, firstly, you go into MCP server. Make sure that you have the related MCP connected. If you don't, you should scroll here, and then you search for the thing that you need to do. For example, I'm searching for Google Docs. When I'm open here, I can click on View Details. So this one is leading me to this one for info page. I see Google Docs have some information, and it has 8 actions, including append image, create new document, and so on. But this part already covered in my video. I will not repeat on this again. So what you need to do when install is you click on Install. It will show you there's a form. You just need to remember that you need to give it a name and also the MCP URL. In order to get this URL, you should click on this button. This button is going to lead you to an MCP provider. So the provider here named PyTrim, and we are using them to access to Google Docs. So you need to sign up an account with PyTrim. It is free. I think they will provide free for more users for a long time, because right now the MCP is very new. Even in their website, you click on here, you will see that all for free. You use them. You do access to different applications. So when you are in here, you will see the MCP URL, and then what you need to do, you copy this URL, and then you go back to AgenticFlow, you paste here, and you name it MCP Google Docs. But because this one is sharing between every member in your workspace, so I should name it Sean at AgenticFlow.ai, and I added today 5:15. I click Add MCP server. Okay, the MCP now is connected. So it means AgenticFlow can get to your Google Docs with this email address and file 13. Before jumping into the MCP in workflow, I will do demo very simple way that you can test this MCP. Firstly, you create a new agent from scratch. Test MCP in agent. You click create agent. So this is the UI of this one. On the left hand side, this is like the system prompt. You tell the agent how to behave. In the middle, you teach the skill, and you equip the knowledge to the agent. And you can do some chat experience, like add some statement message or welcome message. But for now, let's just doing a new section, new chat, and I will ask it to, hey, can you create a new Google Docs? Name it Hello World. The AI will reject me. I cannot create Google Docs because it doesn't have the skill of doing that. So right now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add an MCP. I will scroll down. I will find the Google Docs that I just using here. Sean AgenticFlow.ai and file 13. I will equip this to my agent. And I click save. I will copy this message. And I read new chat. I will send this again. Okay, you see, the agent now have ability to create a new document with name Hello World. So I will wait for the agent to come back. Okay. So as you can see in here, the output say new Google Doc Hello World have been successfully created. So where is the link? Because you create, but you don't tell me. How do I know? Right. Okay, so it found 2 documents with Hello World. Okay, this is the one that we just create. So that is how you work with MCP in the agent. So this capability have been created since last month when the first time that we launched on AppSumo. But right now, we bring that to workflow. What does mean is that you can go into workflow. And then you can create a new workflow. Test MCP in workflow. Create this one. So before going into details, I would like to take time to introduce to you what is the UI that you have. Workflow is equivalent to Zapier or NAN or Make.com. So it will have the user input, which you will take it input like just a text, and then it will have multiple subsequent steps. Like this one is generating text, but we can also create a new step, and we say generate image. And we can using this action for multiple provider. Like I think there's many of you using Striker. You can add a Striker action in here, or you can choose an OpenAI generate image. So the logo in here is actually stand for the provider. So depends on which provider that you are using. You need to connect. So there's an icon in here that's saying, hey, this is an incomplete setting. You should connect. For PixelML, you should connect on PixelML. So just in the introduction to everyone, so PixelML is our unified gateway to pay for external services. So this is external credit. It's not your like AgenticFlow credit, because it is just acting as a gateway to pass through. So whatever that the AI vendor charge us, we charge you. We actually having zero margin on that in order to just to get everyone easy. But this is totally optional. If you don't want to use it, please use OpenAI or Striker image generation. That's totally okay. Okay, so that is the UI on the Builder tab of the workflow, and you will see that there will be a different step in here. So let me walk you through how you can take it together. So just imagine we are having let's make a workflow that take a simple first. For example, this one is prompts, and we say cat. But cat is very simple word. I would like to enrich this. I will take this one. Here is the prompts of an image. Enriches with details so that I can have better image. Sorry for a typo, okay? And I click save. In here, it's going to using Gemini Flash, but you can use for O-Mini, DeepSeek V3, Haiku. All these models are free. I mean, it's using your credit, but it will not using the PixelML credit. You can use that, and it will deduct to your AgenticFlow credit. And in generate image, actually, I need to have a prompt. So I can press hashtag. And this one is going to referring to the user input at the raw input, or it can take the generated text content, which is the output of this one. So I will take this from here. And for negative prompt, I pick no ugly. Okay. I click save. In here, after you build, you can run it. You click on single run, and I click on cat. Okay, I think Gemini is coming up with really long prompts on this one. Okay, so that is how you build your first images. So right now, we will need to think like what can we do, right? So because I would like to introduce about MCP, I will go into in here. I will say MCP. I will choose MCP action. So same on this one, it will ask me to a connection. So I will click on this connection, and I will scroll down. I will see, hey, this one is Google Docs, AgenticFlow. Save that. And when I choose this one, it will have me a drop down. Like I can see, there is some in here, and I will choose append an image. I will click this one. I will tell to the agent that, hey, I need to append this image to my Google Docs file. And how can I let it know which Google Doc file is it? Easy. I copy this URL and come back. I paste this. But maybe the agent will not know what image that I'm talking about. I need to tell it, like, you need to take image from this step in order to do that. So for now, because of interest of time, we don't have this selector yet. But what you can do is you can do some kinds of like trick like this. You can press hashtag on another node, and you choose this generate image dot image, and then you copy this one, and you go back to MCP action, and you paste here. So this convention is going to tell AgenticFlow that you want to take the image from the generate image step. So I will click save here so that I will show you what is this one is about. I will delete this one first because it's just temporary. So if you go into the generate image, you will see that there is a small username or text in here. Actually, this one is like the name of this node that will referring to back to this one. And then when we are saying generate image and dot generate image, this means we tell AgenticFlow that, hey, take my images that generate from this action and do something else. I know this is not intuitive. Later on, what we will do is we will do it the same with this one when you just press hashtag and you can select. But for right now, the MCP action is quite new. We're not yet able to do it yet. But anyway, so let's click and run. Okay, I will click this cat and I will trigger this one. Okay, so the cat has been created. So let's see the MCP action has been created or not. Okay, it says the image has been successfully appended to Google Docs. Let me go in here. So my cat is on my Google Docs. That is how you work with Run MCP. And because we have too many MCP, so you can